Hey, buenos dias, Pastor Junior. Just want to encourage you guys with Psalm 16. Right, Psalm 16 is a Psalm of David, and he wrote Psalm 16 in a time of his crisis. Right, Psalm 16. The theme of Psalm 16 is a prayer of confidence. Right, it's a prayer of confidence, a confidence of deep joy and reliance on God, and hope for eternal security. Right, and once again, Psalm 16 is a Psalm of David. And mira como dice, I'm looking at verse 16. It says, "You make known to me the path of life, and you fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand." Notice what it says. I mean, this psalm right here speaks volume to me. Psalm 16:11, right? I want to encourage you guys with that once again. It's a Psalm of David. It says, "You make known to me the path of life." Notice that. You make known to me the path of life. Y luego, ¿qué dice? Well, it says, and in your presence, it says, and then you fill me with joy. And you fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. What does that mean? Well, that means that the joy that we experience with the Lord isn't just a temporal experience, but a permanent eternal reality. But it's a permanent eternal reality, right? Once again, como dice, it says Psalm 16:11 says, "You make known to me the path of life. You fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand." Notice that. You make known to me the path of life. You fill me with what? With joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. Notice that once again, this is the joy that we experience with the Lord isn't just a temporal experience, but a permanent reality. You know, the joy. If I think of joy, I think of Nehemiah 8:10. Nehemiah 8:10 que dice, it says it's a joy. The joy of the Lord is your strength, right? If you guys are going through some hard times right now, and you look at Nehemiah. Nehemiah said this. He says, "The joy of the Lord is your strength." Right? It also reminds me of James 4:8. James 4:8. It says, "Draw near to God." Y lo que dice. It says, "Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you." Right? You want to experience God's joy? You want to experience what David experienced right here in Psalm 16:11. Right? Once again, I look at it as in the book of James, right? Jesus' half brother. That he said, "Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you." Right? If you're willing, then God is willing. Right? You want to receive this joy? That he said, King David aquí, he says, "You make known to me the path of life." You want God to direct your path? Right? Then do what James is writing here in the book of James 4:8. That he said, "Draw near to God, and He will what? He'll draw near to you." Right? Once again, Psalm 16:11 says, "You make known to me the path of life." The path of life, you fill me with joy in your presence. You fill me with joy in your presence, right? With eternal pleasures at your right hand. Notice that. Orderly. Just a word of encouragement. God bless you guys.